While you're listening to that, they're here. Fresh Floppies number 10. Dee-dee-dee.
Oh, hey now, what's up to all our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the mother-loving Geek Nation? Welcome to Fresh Floppies. I'm Johnny Destructo of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex. It's a comic shop on Main Street. Manioc, come to it.
Oh, hello. Sorry. My name is Noel. I am a patron of that they're here comic shop. Why am I doing that?
I hate it.
We are here to talk about spoiler-free reviews of Fresh Floppies, comic books, periodicals, single issue
Stories?
Thingies.
Yeah. My stories.
Basically,
Yeah.
they're my stories. Some people watch wrestling. Some people watch soap operas. I read sequential art in the comic books that come out in periodicals weekly, chapter at a time. And that's what we're going to talk about today without revealing any spoilers. So, is there any other preamble we have to give?
You can listen. This is so that you can have some information when you're walking into your local comic shop today, Wednesday, new comic book day. So we just want you to forewarned is forearmed. So now after this you will have forearms. You can thank us.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil. No spoilers.
We're not gonna spoil.
The idea, the impetus was that I wish I had a show like this when I was on my way into the shop. If I should try something or not, or something I'm excited about, we hear about. Yeah.
First up, Alien from 20th Century Studios, aka Marvel. This is number 1 by Declan Shalvey, Andrea Briccardo, and Triona Farrell.
And if I'm not mistaken, it is the third number 1 in a year and a half.
Oh, has it been?
Yeah.
What are they, like 6-issue minis?
Basically.
I'm okay with that, though.
Every 6 issues, they seem to just relaunch.
I wouldn't mind it if they did Alien subtitle. Just give your story a name.
Have any of them been aliens, or they've just all been aliens?
They've all been Alien.
Alien?
Yeah. Anyway, this is a really good jumping on point. If you're an Alien fan, you can just jump into this brand new spanking number 1. And I like that this one basically takes place where The Thing originated. It just feels like The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, but but with an alien.
When you said The Thing, I thought you meant the events of the first film.
No. No.
I'm like, no, that's not accurate. It's that's LV-426, as noted by the recap at the beginning of the book.
The elevator pitch is, hey, what if Alien but colder?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what
it
is.
Yeah. Less desolate, more frozen, but still desolate.
Still desolate. Cold.
Dusty,
yeah.
Less dusty.
Less dusty.
Hey. Yeah. What did you think of this book?
Well, starting with the presentation, I like the cover. It's spooky. It's a little subtle. I'm not sure how I feel about the 20th Century Studios at the top, but I'm getting used to it because it also, Predator has the same, as well as Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
The cover stock is only slightly thicker than the interior pages.
It only has to be slightly thicker.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Like we're talking about a bar, this is the minimum.
But the story itself, it's solid. It's like a solid John Carpenter's The Thing. We are digging in ice looking for water because we are expanding into the universe at such a quick rate that we're actually running out of water. I guess we're finding more planets that are dry than are liquid or have drinkable water. So these people are out there on this ice planet trying to mine for water for the greater universe. I guess.
It's a family.
Yeah.
The matriarch is the main scientist, and you've got the father and the daughter, and they are this little scientific exploration team unit
who have been stranded. Stranded. They cannot reach the company that they work for 6 months, and so every so often they'll just send out a little like, hey guys, we're still here. Can we I'm pregnant.
So this
can
is
we
the
leave?
This is the for all you alien heads out there. This is this takes place in 2195, which is 70 years after the first film and about 24 years after the second film. Mm-hmm. And it's on another one of the LV moons.
Yeah.
So my favorite... So I thought this was a solid also. Yeah. But my favorite bit about just the alien movies that this book captures is the just brazen corporatization of the cosmos.
Yeah.
So in this book, the very first scene, or the second scene of the book, the little girl who's spelunking and pulling out samples in the ice finds a face hugger.
Yeah.
And she cuts it out, doesn't really know what it is, and takes it back. They send out a transmission that they found something to their company, hoping that it gets there. And then you just see a scene of another ship getting the transmission, or what is it, piggybacking or intercepting the transmission. Fast forward 2 weeks later, Weyland-Yutani has bought that other company and just based off of the fact that these people found something, bought that other company, showed up, and wanted to take the sample that they found.
This is the first time I've seen Weyland-Yutani. Maybe it's the first time I've noticed that Weyland-Yutani just seems to be the Empire at this point. Like, they're just bad. They show up and they're pricks, absolute pricks, and like they're just kind of abusing this family. They don't give a shit. The father had lost an arm and was in the middle of like trying to get a settlement from the previous company that he worked for before Weyland-Yutani bought it. And he shows up. This dipshit shows up. He's like, "Hey, we bought your whole company. By the way, because of how we bought it, we don't owe you any money." So like, he sucks. Like, these dudes are awful. They're basically just Palpatine, Vader, and the stormtroopers.
Replace the mustache twirling with the tie straightening, and pretty much. But you know what? That's in line with every one of the movies.
Is it?
Yeah.
I kind of always assumed there was like, it was a little bit more shady than that. It was a little bit more like, hey, we're buddies, but I'm on the secret gonna be kind of a prick. This guy shows up and he's just a prick.
It's bureaucratic evil, and then depending on the middle manager, you're gonna have somebody that's slimy or somebody that's shifty. Either way. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be I don't think they think they're evil. I think the Empire thinks they're evil. Or like...
okay, I see.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, Weyland-Yutani is like Amazon gone bad.
You know who this guy reminds me of?
Wait, Amazon is bad. But you know what I mean? Like, Amazon...
Yeah, it's true. They are bad.
They're like an intergalactic Amazon corporation that has their fingers in literally every single type of technology and now mining on other planets. Yeah.
His look reminds me of Bobby Baby from Die Hard, like that shitty guy.
The guy, the cocaine guy?
Yeah.
But, I see that.
This is a really solid first issue for an Alien story.
Yeah,
pretty fresh.
I think pretty fresh also. It is a solid start. It's I really like the art. It's a little cartoonish, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. The aliens look cool.
Yeah.
And I'm pleasantly surprised by Declan Shalvey's story pacing.
Yeah. It's really solid.
Because he is more commonly known as an artist.
Yes.
And he did this cover.
Did he now?
I believe so.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
I believe so. That's his cover, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, now I'm going to look in the credits. Oh, he does one of the covers. This is Alex Maleev, Declan Shalvey, and Gabriel Delotto.
I don't know whose signature that
is. Is this Alex Maleev?
Probably.
Yeah, it's Maleevish.
Yeah. Anyway.
Pretty fresh. I was very pleasantly surprised. You know what though?
I'm not gonna stick with it.
No. I have read the number ones of every single one of these Alien reboots. Or they're all solid as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all really good.
If you like aliens enough to read a comic book about them, you could jump into any of these.
You're happy.
Yeah. I think I just prefer to watch the films, honestly.
Yeah, man. I mean, this falls in line with my usual kind of problems with horror in comics. Like, it's supposed to be eerie and goopy and isolating, and when you don't have all of the other things that do that in the movie, like sound design and motion and shadows and being it loses some of that. It's just plot, which is fine, but different medium. The next thing we're going to talk about is Dawn of DC presents Green Arrow #1, written by Joshua Williamson. Where have I heard that name before? Every book ever?
every book DC? On DC. He did Dark Crisis. He's currently writing our favorite Superman run. Mine. Second favorite Superman run. I'm enjoying it, is what I'm saying. Don't look at me like that.
Don't
Art and cover by Sean Isaacsy.
Isaacsy? I've seen him before. It's solid. He's just solid work.
You know who it is. It's very Paul Pelletier.
I think he was a fill-in artist on like Young Justice and like he's been bouncing around books on DC for a little while now.
It's good. It's good though. Like it's solid comic booking.
Yeah, this is so when people talk about DC style, DC house style, I see it as this.
Yeah.
Other people see it as like the Jim Lee, the not Lobdell, the Jim Lee or New 52. Basically, the aesthetic of New 52, all the Suicide Squad books where everything was super crosshatched, super cheesecakey, very thin lines. Whereas I see it as like the mid 90s, Kevin Maguire-ish, cartoony but weighty kind of feel like this. So I did like the look of this book a lot.
Yeah, it looks great. And I got to, all right, so cards on the table. I don't care about Green Arrow.
Basically.
Don't give a shit about this guy. That being said, I enjoyed his TV show a little bit for the first couple seasons. This is excellent.
Oh!
I thought this was great.
I'm shocked.
It does everything. So am I. Yeah. Especially since I don't like Josh Williamson for the most part. This is the second Josh Williamson book that I like. Third after Birthright. This tells you it's got a cold open. Oliver is waking up on a beach again and going, God damn it. How many times am I going to get stranded? But then he looks up. Oh, I'm on another planet. This place is crazy. But then we immediately get, 6 pages of intro while they're taking down bad guys. So it's an intro previously on / action sequence that's all happening simultaneously. And I thought this was great. And then we get a character that we haven't seen for a very long time showing up. And I really like that sequence as well.
Is that considered a spoiler? Because that character's been in other books.
I don't think so.
Talk about? Because one of the problems I had with it is that scene.
Oh, okay, then great. Cheshire Cat shows up, who is basically Roy's child. Not Leela.
Leanne. She's been dead since like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And she was 5 years old when she died.
Yeah. So here she is as a teenager.
Yeah.
Preteen? Yeah.
She has been in the Catwoman book.
Has she?
Yeah. So it's not a hardcore shock that she's here.
Okay.
What is a hardcore shock that I did not understand is did Roy just like feel it in his loins that's his daughter? There's literally no setup for the fact that he knows and talks to her like she's somebody. Mm-hmm. He hasn't seen this human being in the flesh since she was 5 and just kind of feels it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that other than just shorthand fast. Let's go with this.
I think it was supposed to be parental
seated somewhere else.
Guts. Like,
is that a thing?
Maybe there's an inflection in the way she speaks. You know what it is?
She was
her
5.
Her mother is Cheshire Cat, right?
Yeah.
Who has historically an accent. So it's entirely possible that this kid has the same sort of accent or like hint of an accent, and that's how he hears it. It's just intuition.
Okay.
He takes a chance. He says, hey, you threw your first ninja star at this age, and she stops.
Yeah.
And at that point, he knows, oh, yeah. Okay,
it was emotionally effective, but as soon as the scene ended, I was like, wait, why? Because...
Could be the way she carries herself.
But that's implied, not...
Yeah.
Shown. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just like, ouch, nice. What's your name? Cheshire Cat.
And also the fact that she calls herself Cheshire Cat, which is her mother's thing. You put all that together.
Yeah, but he has absolutely no insight. Unless it happened in another book, he has absolutely no insight that the 5-year-old that he mourned many, many years ago just happens to be back. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no seed of that insight, which...
Sure.
I don't know. I just didn't buy it.
I just took it as I recognize my own kid.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to lose a child and then them come back as a different person.
Or
to
older
recognize
person.
it enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that,
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed. I may actually be reading Green Arrow now. I thought this was really solid. And then it's a nice little cliffhanger at the end that I won't spoil. Mm-hmm. But it's like, oh, I wonder what that means. All right, I'll check this out.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I also love, families, man. I love family books. Like I was saying this before on a different episode. Batman's great. Bat family, all day. Superman's fine. Super family, gimme. Green Arrow, don't give a shit. Green Arrow family, and suddenly I'm a little bit more in. I guess maybe like family team books.
What about Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, great. You give me Mayday with, what was it? Renew Your Vows. Which had Mary Jane suddenly had powers. Spider-Man had powers, and their daughter, I almost said MJ. Their daughter Mayday also had powers, and they were like, I don't think the book was particularly well written, but the idea of a spider family, I'm in.
How dare you besmirch Dan Slott like that?
Did Slott do that one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is solid. I wasn't as hot on it as you, but there's enough incredibly strong, fun stuff in here. And where it does leave the book, I like the notion that there's some sort of like bigger hand or bigger entity that's keeping the Arrow family at arm's length from each other, and that bigger mystery sounds cool. This feels like the better part of Dark Crisis, in so much as I was so incredibly bored by the multiverse of it all, expanding, contracting the multiverse. However, every time that they focused in on the Titans and Nightwing, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I fear that this will be the reverse of that book, meaning I'm enjoying the family and this, but any hint of we're going big and it's like a multiversal supernatural crazy, I might check out.
Yeah, I mean, he's historically been a street level character.
They hint at that there being more to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. That's a bit of a culture shock of like
a little bit.
There's this guy who's got a bow and arrow.
It's a swing.
Yeah,
it's a good swing, and I hope that Williamson lands this plane.
Yeah,
it's a mixed metaphor. It's a good swing. Land the plane.
Unless you're swinging a plane.
Which some of the characters in the DC universe can swing planes. Would you like to talk about the next book?
Sure. Star Wars Darth Vader Black, White, and Red #1, starring Jason Aaron, Peach Momoko, Torrin Gronbeck, Leonard Kirk, and Klaus Jensen.
What is Red, White, and Black?
Well, I'll tell you.
And black, white,
White, and Red.
What is that?
This is a series of books that Marvel has been doing where it's basically anthology series, and there's a couple of little stories in there. The whole book is black and white with splashes of red color. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, once the series is done, they reproduce it in a...
Treasury Edition.
Which are just gorgeous and wonderful. So if you like anthology series, which I'm hit or miss with, great. This is also hit or miss. I think the first story is great. The first story is actually like legit Star Wars.
Who's it by?
That's the one by Jason Aaron and Leonard Kirk.
Nice.
That is a part 1, so it looks like it's going to be taking place throughout this little mini-series.
Nicer.
And it ends on a wonderful cliffhanger. Loved it.
Nicest.
Which I won't spoil.
Who the fuck is that?
But someone gets the upper hand over someone that rarely gets their hand
Someone upper-handed an underhander.
Sure.
Double-decker.
And then the Peach Momoko one is the middle one, and that is basically like if Heavy Metal did an animated...
No dialogue?
No dialogue. If Heavy Metal did an animated sequence of Star Wars, this feels a lot like that.
There's a couple of... so these Black, White, and Reds, I have not been getting in issues, but I love the Treasury Edition, so I get them. There's a couple of them that do like the all vibes, no dialogue kind of just artist showcase.
Yeah.
But, ooh, creepy.
Yeah, man.
But like any anthology... It's hit or miss, man. Yeah. And it's hard to... I cannot remember the last time I read an anthology book that was solid all the way through.
No, never. No, there's always a stinker.
Yeah, right? It's just, but it makes it almost feel like a chore sometimes. However, I think something that's special about these Black, White, and Reds is that it gets away with being vibes more than other anthology books because you are buying it for the art almost more than the narrative.
Yeah.
Because it's an artist challenge. Mm-hmm. You have 3 colors and a palette. Go to town. Yeah. These are cool. These are really cool. And I'm glad that they're reaching out to other properties. So like they did Deadpool? Wolverine, Deadpool, Carnage, Moon Knight, Elektra, and now Star Wars.
Yeah.
Vader. I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. Maybe like an alien one next.
And this is right up my alley because I'm knee deep in the middle of some Star Wars right now. Like I go through
Star Warren.
I'm just Star Warren all over the joint. So this is right up my alley at this minute.
I dig it.
This is pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh. How's the presentation like?
Oh, the presentation's wonderful. The cards. That's actually slightly cardstocky cover. I've got the cover by I don't know. It looks like Gabriel Dell'Otto if I had to guess. It's a good looking book, and you get a good amount of book as well.
It is
$4.99, and you're getting $5 worth for sure.
Wait, what's the ad for that on the back? The Empire?
Yeah.
What is
by
that?
Jody Hauser, Star Wars Empire #1. What would you do if the Empire took over? So I guess it's just from the point of view of the Empire.
Interesting.
I can't tell if it's a what if, like what if the Empire totally won, or if it's just like, hey, you're on a planet, the Empire shows up. What do you do?
You know what? This is a side conversation. They did win.
Yeah, for a long time.
30 years.
Yeah. So it might just be them. Like what happens when the Empire shows up on your front door?
Look at these 2 decades where evil prevailed.
What do you got?
I am going to talk about the finale to the Hulk run. Hulk by Ryan Ottley. Written and drawn by Ryan Ottley. This run was started by Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley. Mm-hmm. You read the first, 2 issues, maybe?
I read the first, maybe 6.
Spaceship Hulk.
Yes.
I loved the idea of this character turning the system, the mindscape, into almost like a crew and a spaceship, using the Hulk as a vessel to get off planet and actually, like, I thought it was a cool idea. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, so and then there was a Hulk that was even like the Hulk had a Hulk, right?
Yeah, something like that. You had this version of the Hulk that was all the dialogue scenes were like on the bridge of a starship.
Yeah.
A crew of banners, different types of banners doing things, and then using the rage of a Hulk as an engine. It's a very, very cool idea.
Yeah. This art is so gnarly.
Something happened. Donny Cates had to leave the book, and Ryan Ottley is finishing it. I think the last credit that Donny Cates had was like issue 10 or 11 or something like that.
I think it was like personal struggles.
Yeah, he's going through things. There's nothing intentional. No.
Yeah.
He's just going through stuff. So they're finishing the book, and the impression I'm getting is that it was meant to be longer because it wraps up very fast.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing.
Yeah.
Because I was enjoying this. I technically 14 in all with that crossover, the Thor.
Oh, right. Oh, that was great. That's where I left off.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the Thor Hulk crossover.
It was good.
Which was great.
It was fun.
Banner of War.
And then this is so the conceit of this. It's a planet of Hulks.
Oh.
It's not Planet Hulk. It's Hulk Planet.
Mm.
Because of all the some stuff that happened at the beginning of the book, another dimension got a bunch of like radiated monsters, and they all just like kind of made a settlement, and time passed differently. So it literally is a planet filled with Hulk type gamma creatures, and he thinks he finds a home there. But the Hulk inside of him, which we call Titan, is gonna change that. It literally grows to the size of a kaiju, and it's creepy and it's scary. They run through, in this issue and the previous issue, they run through all of the answers to all the questions like a speed round. It's like, how did he make the Mind Palace? Who did this? Who did that? What is it really? And it brings in a couple of characters that I haven't seen in like a decade. One being who was revealed last issue, so it's not a spoiler. Despair.
Oh yeah,
the Nightmare God.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a bit.
So before any of the events of this book, Doc Samson and Doctor Strange helped Bruce create a Mind Palace to have different rooms for all of his different, all Stephen King-y. Bruce was like, I'm gonna turn it into something else and turn it into the Starship.
Ah.
But a nightmare god, despair, got wind of it and decided to slowly corrupt it, and that's where Titan came from.
Oh, okay, all right.
And it's they're all good ideas. It's really fun. But the conclusion is so incredibly fast, and it's a little like it's just kind of hand waved.
Yeah.
Because they have no time to finish it, and they're just kind of trying to wrap up the story for the next writer.
Yeah.
The potential of what this could have been upsets me.
Yeah.
Because we're never going to get it. But on paper, and these 14 issues, were pretty fucking fun.
So yeah, that was my question. Would you still recommend, like, hey, there's 2 trade paperbacks, 3 trade paperbacks. Would you recommend people still read it?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay,
I think
cool.
so.
Nice.
I think so. The writing is not... Ryan Ottley is not a writer by trade, but he does a capable job of, like, getting the story across, and it's good.
It's a good looking book, man. Every page of that. I love Ryan Ottley's artwork. I can't wait to see what he draws next. I hope it's also something disgusting, because that's when he really shines.
I think he's moving on to a creator on something. He hasn't announced it yet.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say fresh enough.
Oh great.
Like the whole run altogether is pretty fresh, but you know, this last leg that has been kind of delayed and in turmoil and just rushing it out, pretty fresh.
I think it's at least worth reading the Banner of War miniseries.
Well, I mean,
Hulk versus Thor.
Yeah,
that was
can
fun.
you just jump into that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd say yes.
I would say I would read at least the first
Hulk trade,
and then Banner of War. It's like 5 issues.
Okay.
Yeah, start at the beginning.
Sold.
Anyway, what do you want to talk about next?
Strange number 2 by Jed MacKay and Pasquale Ferry with Matt Hollingsworth. This is Legacy number 428 with a gorgeous cover by Alex Ross. Love this dude. This is another book where I'm flabbergasted that I'm enjoying a book about Doctor Strange. I was amazed that I enjoyed Green Arrow number 1. I'm now on the 2nd issue of this Doctor Strange series. Jed MacKay, man, he's really shaping up. I'm really enjoying his stuff. We get basically, and you know what? Speaking of families, Doctor Strange plus Clea.
Yeah,
I love this team up. Husband and wife, they're both out there doing shit. Fucking love it. Getting shit done. And she's actually the more interesting character to me in their pairing. I love the way that she's more direct. She's a literal warlord. She was raised to be a warlord. And she is a very cool foil for Stephen Strange's usual tactics. And then we get some Moon Knight in here. And this feels very much like almost like a John Constantine. Something has put this kid to sleep. They can't wake her up. They don't know why. Oh, because she doesn't have a...
her astral form is not in her body.
Yeah, it's missing. So they have to go deep into past dreams, into nightmares to see what's holding her astral form prisoner. And then we get some nice little surprises down there in the nightmare realm. And some questions, actually. This is really solid. I really like this. And the Pasquale Ferry art is top-notch. What'd you think?
I agree with you with half of that. I love this book. I think the story is wonderful. I am still not gelling with this art.
Oh man!
Most explicitly, the face acting, and the design. So like, I really don't like his strange design, like the cape design. And man, my least favorite aspect of this style of Doctor Strange is the fucking eyebrows.
He does.
I can't.
Very pointy.
Even her. I can't handle this. I can't handle this. I'm showing him a panel of Clea just kind of like looking to the side, and her eyebrows are fucking vertical lines in her forehead. They all look evil.
If you look at them side by side, they both have the same eyebrows.
I can't. Is it just magic eyebrow time? Like I know this. I know, guys. I know it's a nitpick.
Yeah.
I know, but it's one of those things that keeps pulling me out. Like the facial acting, like the way that Pasquale Ferry does the Nightmare Realm. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's just unreal. The way that that they design like the doppelganger versions of them, the back-to-back fighting.
Yeah.
It is so good, but as soon as it's like close-up conversation time, I am ripped straight out. I want a fill-in artist.
It looks like it's just his style of drawing eyebrows. Instead of arching down at the end towards the back of your eye, they arch upward toward toward your forehead, toward the temple.
But they also don't like go the length of the eye socket. So like, look at this. He's looking to the left in his eye socket, but his eyebrow ends like mid to like. It's just it is an aesthetic choice specifically for this character that I think is akin to the old school Steranko.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's the vibe they're going for. I hate it.
Okay.
I hate the eyebrows.
It didn't even hit my radar.
Look at those. Look at Wong's very normal eyebrows.
Yeah. So it's very much about the magic. Yeah, they're just magic users have cool eyebrows.
He's a magic user. That's Wong.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
They just went to the same beautician.
I hate it.
What about the story though?
Oh, I already said I loved it.
Oh, great.
I'm going to stay on this book. I think Jed MacKay is so
angry.
So, Joshua Williamson, who's responsible for literally everything that's happening at DC right now, apparently.
Yeah.
Jed MacKay has his fingers in so many books at Marvel, but honestly, they're 10 times better. Like
Jed MacKay's killing it.
He is taking these kind of characters that maybe you can like historical or historical. That's not right.
Historically.
Characters that have history,
yes,
that have been around for a long time, but he is breathing new life into them. Black Cat, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange. He's about to take over the Avengers.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
He's wonderful. So he is a name that kind of gets me on a book and usually keeps me there. But I typically like Pasquale Ferry, and I am not enjoying his version of this book.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I love it. I think it's great looking.
Well, I think you're wrong.
You should all go out to your local comic shop and buy Doctor Strange episodes 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Then write in.
It is a great
book.
What
do you think of the artwork?
Disagree with me vehemently. Before we run away, there is one book I want to talk about that everyone should be reading, and it's Plush.
Everyone.
Written by
people with a certain taste.
Everyone.
My mom should pick this up.
Yeah, I think she would understand. Like, it's a story about love at first sight.
Go on.
You know what? I'm gonna be a little harsh. Written by Doug Wagner with art by Daniel Hilliard. They did plastic, vinyl, ride. It's really just books that are about very gross things, but have a emotional core to them, and each one of these books is like a challenge. Like, hey, how am I going to get you to root for a serial killer? Hey, how am I going to get you to root for cannibals?
Yeah.
Like by setting them up against something even worse, and you're just kind of in that place. And there's humor to all of these books.
I mean, I'm already rooting for a cannibal, man.
Plush is about cannibal furries.
Okay, that's right.
Against a bunch of hillbilly sheriff racists.
Oh, that is worse. You're right.
Yeah.
That is worse.
With a underlined by a love story between the target of the hillbilly racists and one of the furries.
Okay.
I loved this book up until... I love this book. This is a great book.
Okay.
All of their collaborations, Hilliard and Wagner, have been great. But there is a worst one, and this might be it.
Oh.
It very much rushes the end, and for the first time in all the books of theirs that I've read, I don't really understand. Like, it's a lot of I don't really understand the conclusion. There are things that these furries can do, and it's not really. There's nothing to this. It's just they're just good, and I'm like, I mean, you can cut a man in half with that, look, that is a person's tail cutting another man in half down the middle.
What?
And I keep thinking like there's some sort of like maybe supernatural or maybe extraterrestrial about it. No,
can I see this?
No, it's just
what?
So it's their style doesn't lend well to realism.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but in their other stories like Plastic and Vinyl, they do a better job at setting up the ordinary world for the extra natural things to fit. And this, it's almost like the story just says they're in costumes, it's enough. And when they're in costumes, they're able to do things that are ridiculous.
Interesting. And this Beelzebub guy doesn't have powers?
That's just a chain. Well, I mean, for that, it's not such a big deal because they do have like Kevlar padding. But some of the other stuff is crazy. You know, like able to rip off a face with their own teeth, and it's like, huh? It's just
interesting.
The art, the style in which the story is told, it almost suggests that there's something a little bit more. And there isn't. It's just surface level. So I guess it's like my own expectations kind of setting up. However, the other two collaborations, so fucking strong. It's crazy.
Okay.
So like, as cool as this was, and the love subplot is surprisingly effective.
Oh, good.
Like it's like
I like that.
It's so cute.
Oh, nice.
But they're murderers. Yeah, but it's so cute. Yeah. This is definitely worth a read. All of their stuff is great. I can't wait for the next whatever the hell they're doing together.
Click, Boom? Well, it's a different artist.
It's a different artist. These two specifically. So we had vinyl, plastic, plush. What's the next thing? What do you think? Steel? No. Wood?
Wood. that would actually work. It would.
But yeah, I would.
And it would just have to be someone in love with a mannequin or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Although it'd be too much like vinyl.
It would be the same as vinyl.
Yeah.
No, it would be the same as plastic.
Plastic. That's what it was. He was in love with
plastic. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Sex doll. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all the books. That's it.
I mean, there's so many more that are coming out today, but these are the few that we had a chance to take a look at. Go to your local comic shop. Set up a subscription list. Tell them what you want. They will get it for you. Come to my shop. I'll get it for you. And then tonight, we are. It's a pre-recorded episode tonight.
We're doing full spoiler review of Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah. However, we will be down there in the chat, so feel free to watch it live and then chat with us, and we'll get back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Where can they find you besides that?
Email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com. And come to my shop, 4327 Main Street, Philadelphia, PA, Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex.
Yeah, I mean, that's enough for me.
You can join my sticker club on patreon.com/Johnny Destructo. This month's sticker is themed from Addams Family, the Addams Family. They look very good. I'm very excited.
Oh, did they come in?
They came in.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, that's it. We will talk at you later.
Do.
And I've got just enough to share. I've got enough to pass it along. And I'm just so damn glad I'm here.
Thank you for listening to the Cult Pop Network, home to podcasts, live shows, and a whole lot of fun stuff for every flavor of fan. Follow us wherever you find your favorite podcasts, and be sure to join us live every Wednesday night at youtube.com/CultPopGo at 8 p.m. Eastern. While you're there, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you'll know when we drop new Thunder Rounds and episodes of Fresh Floppies, a spoiler-free show about single-issue comics released each week. Until then, we'll talk at you later.